It's no secret we live in a 24/7 world. Even in Las Cruces, where you can still see the stars at night, there are a few places open late, and many of us keep our electronics on late into the night. At the sleep lab of Las Cruces, Dr. Paul Feil looks over data from a patient's recent sleep study. He says the study of sleep has come a long way, especially in the last 30 years.
Historically, everyone was called narcoleptic, and it was really apnea, because people would terribly sleep or would fall asleep inappropriately. But now narcolepsy is rare.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and sitting down at my desk, like most people, I'm pretty tired after working all day. Dr. Feil says that's completely normal. It's why countries like Mexico have a siesta. Wish we had one. But he says that it could be a sign of something more serious for people who get tired at other times of the day, or who fall asleep doing things like driving. Being so tired you're impaired can be a sign of serious sleep deprivation, and it can also be a sign of a disorder called sleep apnea. That's one of the common problems people come to see Dr. Feil for.
We all have insomnia periods. It's actually fairly normal. 3-4 times a month you have relative insomnia. You can have health problems that, with arthritis, you wake up and you can't go back to sleep. You may have, like acid reflux. You have a big enchilada before going to bed and you wake up with insomnia because you have acid reflux. But if you have sleep apnea, you wake up with acid reflux even without the enchilada.
While caring for patients' problems, Feil, like many doctors with a private practice, has problems of his own with insurance companies.
Let's say significant apnea is diagnosed. Each insurance company policy has a different way of looking at it. So there may be 100 to 500 approaches to that diagnosis in terms of what they need, what's appropriate. Well, if we use Medicare as a base, which is pretty common, there's a lot of people on it just because of age groups. Well, Medicare pays for the sleep testing, whatever the prescribed limits are that come down from Washington that limits whatever happens. But they pay for the testing and they pay for the machinery within the range of their 80/20 deductibles and the like.
The codes are about as complicated as medical school. It's enough to keep Feil up at night.
These masks are $100. And if you look at the amount of material in them, it's not that. Yeah. So, but, here we are. It's the way it's put together. It's not right. But at the same time, we got to take care of people.
A CDC phone survey found that around a quarter of Mesilla Valley residents don't get enough sleep, 14 nights or less of good sleep a month. But they actually get more compared to the eastern and northwestern corners of the state. And the CDC says more than 1/3 of U.S. adults report sleeping less than 7 hours a night. The science of sleep is still evolving, but there's one thing about our bodies that's slow to change in the thousands of years without this one thing around.
Electricity, which is not something humans grew up with genetically over time. So this artificial 24-hour lifestyle that people have is really inappropriate. Ideally, people would be awake in the day and sleep at night.
Even though that's unlikely to happen, we can all sleep easy, knowing that we can always just turn them off. Sloan Patton, KRWG News.